Okay, welcome to the Handshake Tarot. The Handshake Tarot is a set of 22 Handshake domain names with ASCII art embedded on the blockchain. This is 22 top-level domains on the Handshake blockchain that each represent a card in the Tarot Major Arcana. And these are the names here with the underscores, I, the Magician, etc. Each of these cards has 22 text records in the Handshake root zone, filling up the maximum 512 bytes available with ASCII art. You can see how the art actually looks in DNS here with a few extra escape slashes. The cards all have little descriptions you might enjoy. You can browse through them. Um, you can also draw a random tarot card. Anybody, even without a Handshake Resolver, can do this by pulling the ASCII art randomly through a separate name server that I've set up. So if you have Fingertip installed, you can click this link here, the first one, and paste it into a terminal, and it'll play this little game where it goes through a couple random cards and eventually it'll stop. Here I've got the Hermit. Hermit is my first tarot card drawing for the day, and you can go back to the website and see what that means to do. If you don't have a Handshake Resolver installed, you can use the DNS over HTTPS server available on Easy Handshake. Come down here and copy this one, and then try to paste this in the terminal. And there we go. Now I got Death. Read the description on the Death tarot card. It might not be as scary as you think. There's a few other commands here, depending on what kind of software you have. You can use Bob Wallet instead of Fingertip. You can also come down here to the second section and pick a specific card. Maybe you want to take a look at the Lovers specifically, and pull that out from the Easy Handshake Resolver. There we go. So this data is coming directly from the blockchain using DNS requests. Whoever owns these cards, because they own the data in the Handshake root zone, can change the art, delete it. I hope you don't, or maybe you make an interesting change to it. I don't know. We'll see. If you go to the website, the Handshake Tarot, using Fingertip or Beacon Browser, you can also go through some of the more interesting details on how the art came about and some of the other details about it. All the tarot cards will be available for ShakeDex auctions starting next week during HandyCon, starting March 16th. I'm going to demonstrate how those auctions work now if you've never used ShakeDex. I'm running a local test environment here where the auctions have already begun. If you try to do this now, you'll find that Bob does not cooperate because the auctions have not begun yet. And if you've never used ShakeDex, how it works is the auctions start at a high price. They all start at 100,000 HNS, and then the price drops every 6 hours according to the schedule here. So if a certain card that you want hasn't been purchased yet in 3 days, the price is now 8,201 HNS. Maybe that's more affordable for you, and that's how it works. This is called the Dutch auction. The cards are also not available all at once. There is a schedule. They're released in groups of 3 every 6 hours, starting Wednesday, March 16th, UTC time. So during HandyCon, these auctions will begin, and they progress for 6 days until they all reach the cheapest price, and then we'll see what we're going to do. At least 50% of the proceeds will be donated to the Handshake Development Fund. I've partnered with a Fistful of Ass on that. If we raise enough money, I'd like to see bigger donations available, and the goal is to use those bounties to create more creative content on the Handshake. So let's do a little technical demonstration here. I've got Bob Wallet set up again in my test environment where the Handshake tarot cards have already been deployed. Using Bob Wallet right now, you can already take a look at the cards on chain and see the art in Bob Wallet. This is pulling the DNS data directly from your copy of the blockchain that as a Bob Wallet full node user you have. We can go through them here. Let's pick another one. Let's go to the Empress, take a look at her. And you can kind of see how it looks here. There's extra slashes in here because that's how DNS works, but more on that later. So let's do one of these auctions. So let's say you want to get this one, the World. The World is a tarot card that is available. It'll be the last one released, the last auction to begin. So in my test environment is not yet released yet. I'll show you just kind of how it looks. Try to do something wrong. Try to open this auction in Bob Wallet, and nothing happens. The reason nothing happens, Bob Wallet should probably be showing you an error here. It doesn't right now. Kind of okay. The reason that Bob Wallet didn't show anything is because this auction is not available yet. So let's go find one that is open. We'll open the Magician here. Look, you can view it on Miami if you like. We should do that real quick. Naomi was very kind to incorporate my special font and display the text records correctly, so it really looks beautiful in here. And shout out to Stefan for doing a great job there. You can view this on ShakeDex when the auction is open. Right now, they're not on ShakeDex yet because I'm still in my test environment. We can try this again. Let's do open in Bob Wallet. Browser will ask if I want to open in Bob Wallet, and here we go. So remember that the prices drop starting from 100,000 HNS, and they drop every 6 hours. In my testing environment, all the auctions began yesterday. So the price for the Magician is now 16,687 HNS. And I'm just going to fulfill it. I enter my wallet password, and we're done. It worked. So this has sent a ShakeDex transaction to the network. I have paid for this. We'll just sort of I'll add a block to the chain, and we can see that the domain has been transferred. Now, like all transfers on Handshake, it takes 2 days before you can finalize it. In my local test network, I believe that's 20 or 30 blocks, so I will speed the chain ahead. And now when you go back to the Exchange tab, you'll see the name that you just purchased here, the Magician, ready to finalize transfer. You'll see that after 2 days, after you fill a ShakeDex auction. Nobody can take the name from you. You've already paid for it, but you still have to wait 2 days and then go over here and click Finalize, then the Finalize. That is another transaction being sent to the network, and I'll confirm one block to make it final. Now I own the Magician. I own it now in Bob Wallet. I can renew it. I hope whoever wins these auctions remembers to renew within 2 years. Otherwise, the game will break and the names can go back up for auction. And you can manage the domain. You could even destroy the text records here if you want. I hope you don't. So there's something else fun that we can do. Now that you've won the auction, I am offering color prints to anybody who wins ShakeDex auctions. I've got the Wheel of Fortune printed out here behind me in a nice frame. And if you win one of these auctions, I will ship you a color print free of charge, only to the first person who sends me a signed message from each of these. There will only be 22 prints ever. And here's how it works. So once we've got the name owned, I now own the Magician. We're going to this page to apply for a color print. And this is a private message you will be sending me. So name, email address, the name that I own is Magician. There it goes. So there's some instructions here you can read. I'll give you a demonstration. What I'm going to need from you is your shipping address. And I need you to prove to me that you own this name, the Magician. And here's how you can do that using Bob's signed message. So I'll put my address in here, blah, 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 blah. It's this street, blah, 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 this city, that's the code. Copy that exactly without changing anything. Paste here. Go back to Bob Wallet, click, switch to the Magician. Click sign message. It'll ask for your wallet password again. That's because you're creating a cryptographic signature with the private key that owns the name, the Magician, your private key, since you won the ShakeDex. So Bob Wallet has produced this blob of ugly stuff. That's the signature. We'll copy that and we'll paste it here into the website. So this is me applying for a free print. My name, my address, a signature on that address using the private key from Bob Wallet, and we'll click submit, and the server tells me that has been successful. I will get this message. I'll have your shipping address here, and I can, my server will already verify that the address is valid, and then I'll mail you the print. I'll give you a demonstration. If there's one character wrong with the message, I'll add a space here. And then you try to submit, you'll get an invalid signature. So it really has to be exactly correct. The exact text you wrote here and the exact signature needs to go into the website for the message to be. While we're here, let's see. You can try to verify this message if you've never done it with Bob Wallet before. You go to verify message, and you can paste this message in that I signed with the Handshake Tarot, which is a domain that I own, so you can kind of see how that works. So a couple other things we could try. Let's say we want to do another auction. Let's say we want to buy the Lovers now. Let's see what happens if I open the Lovers in Bob Wallet. This one available? It is. It's much more expensive because the Lovers is one of the later auctions. It starts maybe 12 hours later. Price again starts at 100,000 and drops slowly. So now it's only at this level. If the Open in Bob Wallet button does not open Bob Wallet for you, or you have some trouble, if the link doesn't work, there's another option here, which is to download auction. If you just click this, you might see all this crazy data depending on your browser. But what I'm going to do is right-click download auction and do save link as, and just drop it right on my desk. Now we'll go back to Bob Wallet, go to the Exchange tab, and click this button, Upload Auction File. You're not actually uploading anything to a server. I feel like the text on this button isn't great. What you're doing is uploading that file from your computer, uploading it into Bob Wallet. So we'll click that, and we'll find it. Here's the loversauction.json, which I just downloaded, and we'll open that, and basically the same thing happens. So if the open in Bob Wallet link doesn't work for you, you can still download the auction file to your computer and then open that back up in Bob Wallet. And this one, watch the whole thing again. So when you first win the name, it'll say transferring here, and then after a few uh, blocks go by, Bob Wallet will tell you that it's ready to finalize. And then you finalize, enter the password again. Now it's finalizing the transfer, and then a couple more blocks go by, and it's done. Now you own the name. You'll see it in your domain manager. You'll see it in your signed message window, and I'll send you a print. And that's it. That's the game. I hope everybody enjoys it. It was a lot of fun and sort of spiritual to make this set of tarot cards using ASCII art, very limited palette. A lot of cool handshake tricks involved, including special resolver to be able to draw a random card. I'm really looking forward to the auctions next week, starting during HandyCon, and I hope people win the auctions and send me signed messages to get color prints. Um, and that's it. I hope everybody enjoys it, and good luck to you, and we'll see you at HandyCon. All right, enjoy.